In today's episode, we are going to look at what are the top stocks that Quant Small Cap Fund is buying. Now, Quant Small Cap Fund recently made an announcement that they will be going with high beta stocks, which are actually going to be highly volatile stocks in order to beat the nifty returns, right? So this is something that's going to be very interesting to look at. What have they actually picked in the last 1 month? I have seen the picks. It's very confusing. So let's quickly, without wasting any more time, go into this and understand what are they actually doing right now. So couple of things. So I maintain this tracker. So from March to April, what have they added? Now there are a lot of companies here which I will show you one by one, right? But let's look at the key ones that they've actually added positions in, and I will show you more stuff as well going forward. Now if you look at the key position that they've added right now, they've added a company called National Building Construction Corporation, or also known as NBCC. Now this is due to the rising government infrastructure spending that is going to happen in the public sector department. But what basically happened with the whole India Pakistan tension, I think that took a basic pause right now, or else this was something that was going to be very good with respect to the public spending revival, right? The public capex that was coming across, public sector spending, that revival was what Quant is basically betting on, and they still have it. So it's not like they've just entered it in the month of April, so they still have it, right? And if you look at the market over here, if you look at the company, it's a 26,000 crore company that is here. And let's look at the EV EBITDA. Okay, P ratio is 47. Let's come here, look at the stock price. Stock price is pretty much flattish, but also if you see very clearly, or if you see very nicely closely, they're actually doing some kind of a small reversal over here, and this is a nice resistance zone. Actually, they're exactly at the resistance zone right here. So mostly if it starts breaking out, then it might start touching towards the all-time high at 20% gains, right? 22% gains. But again, nothing's guaranteed, as you know. This is something that we'll have to see whether this plays out or not. And if you look at the profit and loss statement over here, let's analyze that as well. So the profit seems to be in a growing trend, right? The net profit also seems to be in a growing trend. The margin improvement is happening insane. If you see from 2% margin, they've actually gone up to approximately 5% margin. And even the sales have gone up from 240, 238 to now at 414 and 516. So not a bad growth that we're seeing right now, that we're witnessing in this company right now. Again, we will still have to see what is the exact play here. Promoter holding is pretty much in check, right? Promoter holder is pretty much in check. So this is a new pick that Quant has basically taken, and that is something we have to see. Now obviously they've not taken a very heavy amount into this, they've taken a decent amount into this. Another company that they've taken entry into is a company called Delivery, right? And we will also look at what companies that they've exited as well. Now Delivery is very interesting because after it came out with an IPO, yes, most of the numbers, as you see, does not look attractive at all. This is not if you look at the numbers, they don't look attractive at all, right? Because from every standpoint or every single look and feel, you will see that the P is off, ROE, ROC is off, even the returns is obviously reflecting the returns over there. The free cash flow is completely destroyed. So this is a company that has not been doing well in the past, obviously not been doing well at all. And if you look at the stock price, it will give you a similar reflection. But what something very interesting is happening, if you see this very closely, look at the volume profile and volume analysis over here, right? If you look at the volume profile and volume analysis, you will basically see that over this area, there has been huge buying over here, right? That means there is some kind of interest that is being generated in the smart money circles. Now this information has not come to us because I've even gone, I've checked the internet, I've checked the news articles. No information has come out of Delivery right now, but we can see that smart money has started buying very well. The only other possibility I can think of is that Delivery has now slowly started moving into profitable territory when it was absolutely a loss-making company in the past, right? Now I think some kind of economies of scale are kicking in, and they're slowly going into massive profit making journey. And if you actually go down and see it more clearly over here, you will see the reflection coming up here. So maybe this is like a turnaround play that is happening with the company. They have also the reserves to debt is completely fine, but this seems like a turnaround play that is happening. The cash flow is also looking now pretty decent. And if you see the dilution has happened from 61% to 51% right now. And if you look at the recent trades, see, one second. Yeah, HDFC Mutual Fund also has bought this in March 2026. So something's happening. Something is happening in this game right now. I've checked the internet, not much information on this. But again, very interesting to see what is going to happen with that company, right? The third company that Quant has actually picked up is Imami, right? Imami is very interesting because Imami has been there for a very long period of time. a pure play FMCG company, 35p company right now, a good ROE, ROC metrics, right? Good return on growth. Last 10 years, obviously, barely any growth, which is 2%. But if you look at the return over last 1 year, it has been good, right? Market cap to sales slightly on the higher side. Obviously, a massive free cash flow machine because they're in the FMCG space. And if you look at the businesses they have Boroplus, Navratna, Jandubam, Kesh Kala, etc., etc., etc. Right? So Imami has been there in this space for a very long period of time, and it is a smaller FMCG player compared to all the big players in the market. It is slightly smaller, not a very large player in the space. And here, if you just look at it from a technical analysis standpoint, if you look at the 10-year chart, this is how it looks like. But if you look at it from a slightly zoomed in perspective, from a technical analysis standpoint, this is basically how the resistance was, and it has basically broken resistance. And also, if you see, there has been a change of trend over here. So over here, you've started seeing an upward momentum here, but we can still see that there is a nice resistance over here at 650. Even though the market gave a face ripping rally, there is a slight resistance that has happened over here as well. But again, it seems like it has started moving back into a positive territory. It has crossed both 200-day moving average and 50-day moving average from a technical standpoint. So that is basically what it looks like from a technical standpoint, right? Now, coming to the financials over here, we see the financials have been choppy in the past. As you can see, the net profit over here, it's not a significant consistent growth. Usually with FMCG companies, you expect slow growth, but at least some kind of growth. We do not usually expect degrowth. But if you go back here, you will see something similar, right? Again, here you will see something similar, right? So there has been, even though the revenues have been going up constantly, there is no problem with revenue going up. You will see that the net profit margins have started operating slightly different, right? So this is something that we'll again have to keep an eye out. Again, free cash flow company doing really well, not an issue at all. But there is some turnaround play again happening here, and Quant has basically taken a nice position in this company as well, right? Now look at some other very simple companies, and I've also put whatever I've done the research analysis, everything is also put here, right? They're targeting double growth. They want to expand very well into multiple different categories through the acquisitions. Man company is something that they've acquired, so there will be a nice spike of revenue that comes into it as well. So all the detailed analysis of what Quant has bought and why Quant has bought has been given in this Excel sheet. Now, this Excel sheet will be given only in the community for the community members on YouTube. So this is going to be shared with them. Once I finish this, I will share all of this with them as well. So if you want to know how to be a part of that, there is a join button below, and you can also check that these are the things that I've said in the community. So you can go join them as well. Right now, coming to some other picks that was already there in the past. Now, if you look at some old players that they had, the Shipping Corporation of India, Glenmark's API business that has come into a new thing right now, Castrol, NCC, they've constantly been buying every single month. They've been buying NCC, right? Because NCC is a company right now that is sitting at a very low P ratio with a very high upward margin, and not just Quant. A lot of companies have been coming out and saying that NCC is a good company because their good upside risk reward ratio is very good with NCC, and a lot of players are doing that. For example, if you see Shipping Corporation, let's go one by one. It's a divestment candidate poised to gain from global trade reviving. This is something that is actually doing well right now. So they've increased their stake a lot. Glenmark's generic API, which is Alivus something life sciences generic API and CDMO division, increasing margins, good promoter backing. ROE is still good, still dependent on Glenmark as a consumer, but they've isolated it to unlock some value over there, right? Same with Castrol, good growth, and NCC obviously is doing well. Wellspun, I think these are the companies that they already had in the past, so they're just keeping them going on. They're marginally increasing these positions as well. Now, coming to the positions that they have actually decreased or they have removed, they have a lot of positions. As you can see, they've completely got out of three companies. They've got out of Bandhan Bank, they've got out of BLS, and they've got out of Tata Chemicals. 100% gone. Tata Chemicals had a bad result. BLS International last margin, their quarter decreased. Geopolitical tension with all these visa issues came in, and Bandhan Bank had higher GNPA. So these were clear indications of an exit, and they took a sweet exit and walked away. Now, coming to the fact sheet, if you really want to understand a little bit more about how their fact sheet looks like, let's understand that. Their highest allocation is in the Reliance twins, which is Jio and Reliance, which is almost 16% of their portfolio just goes into Reliance over here. Logistics 3.95, right? Aditya Birla 3.2. Poly Medicure doing really well. High P company, but doing really well. 3.09, came out with a good result also recently. Bikaji Foods, again FMCG player, came out with a decent result last time, slightly degrowth, but I think they have conviction in this for a long term, so they are holding it. RBL Bank, Sun TV, Adani Power, HFCL, right? These are the companies that they have, and if you look at their money market cash instruments, they're approximately at 8% right now. And if you look at the scheme weightage, they're pretty much, as you see, heavily dependent on Reliance and Geo Industries itself. So that is something that they're going on. And if we have to look at the return profile a little bit more deeply, if you have to look at the return profile from a 6 month, 1 year, 3 year candidate, so they, as you know, they have not been beating the benchmark index from the last 6 to 8 months. So that is something that is not doing honestly really well. As you can see here, even with respect to the Nifty, or they usually go with the small cap index, which is minus 13%. So last 6 months they're not beating obviously the benchmark index, pretty much same. And here I think year to date they're fine, but on the last 6 months they've not been doing well, and that is why they've been taking slightly more aggressive bets when it comes to players like this, right? And if you want to see how much in value they are holding, then let me show you their entire portfolio as well. Here you can see the entire portfolio with respect to their value. As you see, this is how it looks like. But if you want to go deeper into it, which we only saw till HFCL, so they have another company called Ventive, which recently came out with an IPO. And if you look at their top buys of this quarter with respect to volume, if you want to see this 1 month change, as you see here, very similar companies. You can see NCC has been bought again. So it's a very similar companies that have been in the buying zone, right? They've been actually doubling down on their old companies itself. As you can see, they've increased their holdings to almost 1.13%. Very interesting. 1 month change quantity is around 42 lakhs. Wellspun, they've increased some quantities here as well, right? 0.39 has been increased here. Another Wellspun Corp, they've increased. Afcons. So if, as you see, they're betting a lot on infrastructure, right? Whether it is public infrastructure with SCI or whether it is normal infrastructure, they're just betting heavy on infrastructure, as we can see here. Most of their other picks are pretty much normal, pushing it up, but their major bets have been on construction revival. So if the construction revival starts happening, then you know that Quant small cap will automatically start doing really, really well. And as we go down, you will see the other stuff that they've reduced slightly. In fact, Reliance they've reduced a bit as well, right? So very interesting. So this was basically Quant small cap. Uh, Again, the main reason why we do this is to understand where the smart money is moving, to understand what is going on in the market. Now, yes, this data is usually across different sources. My job is to compile it and keep it in a very conservative zone, because I automatically understand which fund is moving into which zone, right? So that is very important for me to understand. So Quant, this is what is going on with Quant small cap. Now, next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to review Motilal Oswal's mid cap fund, which has been the very controversial fund because they only had high momentum picks. So next, I'm going to review that. So stay tuned. Again, if you guys like this video, please share it with your friends. And if you want to understand more about smart money, then follow me, Shashank Udupa, for more content, right? Thank you. If you have any doubts, any questions, please put it in the comment section below so that we can learn and grow more. Take care. See you guys. Bye bye.